I have been speaking out against the incitement of hate and violence in Palestinian textbooks for years. In 2000, I joined Nobel Peace Prize winner Elie Wiesel in New York to denounce the lessons of hatred and violence that are part of the curricula in Palestinian schools. I wrote with my colleague, Senator Schumer, a letter to President Bush urging his administration to do everything in its power to persuade the Palestinians to reverse their hateful rhetoric and embrace the opportunity to move toward a strong and lasting peace. Joined with Itamar at a Senate hearing where I reiterated the importance of our country making it clear in every way these children deserve an education that instills respect for life and peace instead of glorifying death and violence. The videos we viewed at that Senate hearing were a clear example of child abuse. I said that at the time, and I repeat it again today. Children were encouraged to see martyrdom and armed struggle and the murder of innocent people as ideals to strive for. Today, we are here once again to release a report which is deeply disturbing, particularly for the denial of Israel's existence and the historical omissions of the Holocaust, to cite just two examples. These textbooks do not give Palestinian children an education, they give them an indoctrination. When we view this report in combination with other media that these children are exposed to, we see a larger picture that is disturbing. It is disturbing on a human level. It is disturbing to me as a mother. It is disturbing to me as a United States Senator because it basically, profoundly poisons the minds of these children. Hate has no place in the curriculum of schools, and the glorification has no place. The glorification of violence has no place in the education of children. This propaganda is dangerous. You know, words really matter. You know, some people sort of downplay the importance of words, but words really matter. Because in idealizing for children a world without Israel, children are taught never to accept the reality of the state of Israel, never to strive for a better future that would hold out the promise of peace and security to them, and is basically a message of pessimism and fatalism that undermines the possibility for these children living lives of fulfillment and productivity. This has dire consequences for prospects for peace for generations to come. Now, very briefly, the report finds the following in these textbooks. The founding of Israel is described as a catastrophe that is unprecedented in history. There is a portrayal of the region in both maps and text in which Israel does not exist. There is the denial of the Holocaust by omission of historical facts connecting Nazi ideology and actions with the persecution and murder of Jews. For example, the report states, the textbook teaches the military and the political events of World War II in significant detail, including sections on Nazi racist ideology. Yet neither the persecution of Jews nor the Holocaust is even mentioned. Now, we will hear more in a minute about this, but I believe education is one of the keys to lasting peace and security in the Middle East and the greater region. And for this reason, I am deeply concerned by these findings. We cannot build a peaceful, stable, safe future on such a hate-filled, violent, and radical foundation. In the years since I and others, who have been doing it long before I did in 2000, raised this issue, there has still not been an adequate repudiation of this incitement by the Palestinian Authority. A few days ago, several of my colleagues from the New York City Council, including
نحن يعني مش زي الأطفال التانية يعني في اللعب وفي كده احنا يعني كله جهاد ومقاومة من مصغرنا.
Hamas is recruiting a new wave of kids to become the fighters of the future. The Gaza camps prepare children at an early age to hate and kill the Jews. Itamar Marcus monitors the hate education in Gaza and the West Bank.
There are a couple of levels to turning an innocent child into a terrorist. The first one is pumping him up with hatred. The second one is training him with weaponry.
The U.S. is pushing hard for a two-state solution between Israel and the Palestinians. But in Hamas-run Gaza, they prefer a one-state solution without Israel. And they're raising up a new generation to try to make that happen.
وحنضربكم في أي مكان ونستمر في صنع كل شيء محلي حتى نضرب عليكم ونقتلكم حتى تدحروا عن أرضنا.
Samir, a bomb maker, also serves as a mentor to both teens and preteens.
14 سنة تعلم صناعة الكواع عشان نقاوم فيه اليهود. وهلقيت بديت أصنع قنابل وأصنع الغوم.
Here he explains how they make a local anti-tank landmine and how to wire them and fill them up with explosives.
نصنع واحدة ثانية ونحط مادة TNT. الآن تم تصنيع قنبلة.
The sound of explosions is followed by cheers from kids from ages 12 to 16. CBN News followed a cell of 5 boys.
عندنا يهود بدنا نحرر وبدنا نطلعهم من أرضنا بدنا نحرر أرضنا كلها ونحرر القدس.
This 15-year-old instructor shows off his rifle and grenades.
صنع من شبابنا مخازن وبطخ يعني. هذا كارلو هذا قنبلة صوت هذه قنبلة ميلز.
See, this is tremendous empowering of the child. He feels like he is in control. He knows how the weapons work. It's making him feel way, way beyond his age, and making him feel like he's going to be a fighter. He's going to kill with this.
Marcus has a word for Westerners about how to understand terror.
I always tell people, take off your cultural glasses and put on the glasses of the other culture. You wake up in the morning and you rush to the newspaper to see how your baseball team did last night. And these people get up in the morning and they're praying for the destruction of the Christian and Jewish world and replaced by Islam, that we shall finally win the Crusader Wars. It's a different worldview.
Despite the children's innocent faces, their teachers incite them to choose the way of death.
That many or some of these people might in the future participate in terror is certainly something that everybody should be concerned about.
John Wagi, CBN News at the Israeli-Gaza border.